No matter how it may seem, everybody fails coding interviews. Trying to get a job as a software engineer, whether you're new, you haven't had a job before, or whether you've been in the industry for years. People share the wins, but they often don't share the failures. But the truth is, everybody fails and everybody gets rejection letters. So what I'm going to do right now is share two of my rejection letters. One from before I started, before I had my first job, and then another after I had years of experience under my belt. So the first rejection letter I'm going to share is from a company called Aflac, which I think is an insurance company. It was for a C# position, .NET shop. I thought I did well in the phone screen, but looking in retrospect, I probably missed some of even the conceptual programming question and language questions. I didn't know much about C# at the time. I had experience in school, but I didn't prepare enough to know how to answer those types of questions, and let alone like a coding challenge question, what is kind of considered Leetcode now, back before a lot of companies were doing Leetcode. This is like back in 2013. I did the phone screen. The guy said, "Hey, I'm gonna invite you in and to an onsite," and he never did. And I got this rejection letter, which said that they chose not to fill the position, but I've been in the industry long enough, I've been on both sides of it, that could be true, maybe, but maybe not. So I just kind of took it as, took it on the chin and just kept going, kept looking, eventually got my first position. In retrospect, I really didn't want to work there, and I think it could have derailed my career a little bit working there. So I'm actually glad that it didn't work out, but at the time, of course, I was upset. The second rejection letter I want to share is from a company called Bear, which I think they do like payday loans type of things, like an app, mobile app, where you can kind of like get a pay advance on your job pay before you even get your check, which was a cool app. I mean, it was a mobile app and web app, and I was trying to go for the Vue side of it. This was a little later in my career, where I had some years of experience under my belt, and I thought I knew Vue. I thought I was going to be able to knock it out, and I realized I know Vue, but I don't know it from memory like I thought I did. And so when I got in the interview, I was able to look stuff up, but as I was trying to speed through it to meet the time requirements, I had to look up so much information on syntax. I was getting confused with my React stuff and trying to do Vue. And it just took me too long to finish it. I finished it, but it just took me too long. I ended up finishing it after the interview and trying to share it to them and say, "Hey, I've still finished it." But of course, they were like, "No, you're not as familiar with it as it seems." And that was true. I haven't been working on it every day. I just worked on Vue when I needed to, and worked on some of my side projects. So I didn't have it committed to memory to be able to do the tasks they were asking me to do that fast. And so it was a real live coding session with an interviewer, and I love the interview style where I'm working on fixing some problem in Vue with the interviewer. We're talking, we're communicating, and I'm fixing a real problem that I would actually do on the job instead of just answering a bunch of Leetcode questions. I didn't even get to the Leetcode rounds that they said there would be. They sent me a rejection letter saying they're not moving forward. And I took it on the chin as well. I hadn't really prepared at the time. I was just trying to get back out there and get my feet wet. And sometimes it's about just getting out there, seeing what it feels to be like in an interview, and kind of shaking some of that rust off, as well as the fear off, so that your knowledge can shine, your personality can shine. So I just wanted to share those two rejection letters that I got, and just give encouragement that just because people don't share their rejection letters doesn't mean they don't have them. Not everybody, people's not sharing all the time. They're only sharing the wins. They're not often sharing the failures. And so just stay motivated. Even with a lot of failures, all it takes is one win.